Let's go Gators! Let's go Gators! Rah, 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 rah. Let's go Gators! Let's go Gators! Go Gators!
Woo! Gorgeous. Week 12's in the books. It was a great fucking weekend of football. I gotta be honest. Let's get into it. We started off with Clemson versus Louisville, which was actually a well played football game. Of course, Louisville had to shit the bed and embarrass me with picking them, and also embarrass themselves with losing to Clemson. Moving on, my Oregon Ducks absolutely demolished the Minnesota Gophers. So ups to me, Dante Moore is looking much better. Fucking go Ducks. RG3 looked hilarious in the booth during this game and also had one of the funniest lines I've ever heard. I couldn't find a clip of it, but he said that boy has more moves than a military family. On live television. Saturday's noon slot was absolutely insane. As you guys know, South Carolina somehow fucking fumbled this. I don't know how that's even possible. If you're on Twitter, you saw what Texas A&M said and they knew that they were going to come back in this game somehow. I don't fucking know what happened. It looked like South Carolina was just like scared and not ready when they came back out for the second half. Wow, man. And A&M honestly looks scarier than they've ever looked after that kind of a game. Like, that is what the championship teams do. To be able to come back from something like that, like, they're going to know what to do if they get down in the playoffs. I thought that was an incredible game. Honestly, it was incredible for South Carolina, too. South Carolina had a wonderful first half. They had the incident with the cop. A bit crazy. But, man, A&M looks scary, and I really hope that Oregon's able to, let someone else take care of them before we meet them, because, like, they just got beat up all throughout the first half. They come out in the second half, and they just didn't flinch. They're like, yeah, we're going to go win this game. Anyways, Navy creating chaos by beating South Florida. Fucking who knows who's going to be the Group of 5 representative at this point. It looks like it's going to be JMU. Game day's going this weekend. Ups to them. Fucking congratulations. I don't know. The Group of 5 is absolutely chaos this year. Wisconsin versus Indiana. Looked a little close at half. Indiana came back and took care of business. We got Arizona upsetting Cincinnati. I picked Cincinnati to win this game. I am surprised. I'm surprised that Arizona is. It just seems Arizona and Noah Fifita are they confuse me each and every year. Like, why are they not better than they are? Yet they get these wins. Why is their record so low with them getting these wins? They have good players. Noah Fifita's a good quarterback. I don't know. I didn't see this one coming. Ups to Arizona, and the Big 12 is in shambles. Cincinnati losing this game is going to have some pretty big playoff implications for the Big 12 as a whole, because BYU now won't have another ranked win on their schedule. This loss makes the path a lot harder for BYU, but we'll get into that later. Michigan versus Northwestern. I told y'all this was going to be a sneaky close game, and it was, but I did not expect it to be sneaky close because of Bryce Underwood's 2 interceptions. Did not see that coming. Michigan did it. I mean, this is a good win for that program. This is a good win for that game. Northwestern, or for that team. Northwestern's a good team. I like it for Michigan. I think it's good. I also think that Michigan might be able to do the unthinkable yet again, which I guess isn't unthinkable anymore. But I think they might be able to beat you-know-who in a couple weeks. Miami absolutely took care of business versus NC State. If you don't know, I called myself a professional Miami hater in the last video. Listen, Miami did it, bro, and maybe they're going to fucking sneak into this playoff, which would be insane. But you know what? They might do it, and they also might lose again because it's still Cristobal and we don't know. But I gotta pump the brakes on my Miami hate now. Virginia versus Duke, bro. The chaos that we were all hoping for, it did not happen. Virginia took care of business, and now the ACC is going to have a more traditional path to the playoff. But that's probably Iowa versus USC. A great fucking game. A USC comes back and somehow gets this win. I thought this game was absolutely over and Iowa was going to win and Oregon was not going to play a ranked USC team next week, but here we are. We're playing another ranked USC team this week. I'm interested to see what the committee does to Iowa on Tuesday night. Check back in on Tuesday or Wednesday if you want to see my reaction. It'll be really interesting to see what the committee does with Iowa, having another close loss to what the committee sees as a very good team. And I think USC is a pretty good team as well. But great win for USC, and I'm excited for my Oregon Ducks to play them this week. Texas Tech absolutely demolished fucking USF, which is not surprising. And Jacob Rodriguez is looking like, and with his story, the ESPN coverage, and honestly just kind of how much of a likable guy he is, it looks like Jacob Rodriguez is going to go to New York. So that's cool. Shout out to him. Another incorrect pick of mine. I said that Georgia Tech was going to demolish Boston College. That did not happen. In the post-game interview, I had no idea if Brent Key wanted to cry or like be happy or be angry. It was a weirdly like unemotional and emotional face that he was wearing. But anyways, Georgia Tech did it. They pulled out the win. I think I'm not going to call it. No, it is a good win. I think if I was a Georgia Tech fan, I would be scared for the future of the team. I don't know how much longer they can keep doing this, but we'll see. We'll see. I mean, they've been doing it almost all year, so we'll see. Oklahoma versus Alabama. This was the game of the week in my eyes. I love what Brent Venables said in his post-game interview. He knew people were going to go out and be like, oh, if Alabama just didn't have these turnovers, then they would have won this game. And Brent Venables went out there and he said, my team made those turnovers happen. This is my team's win, and we're not going to, like, do any of that. I love that. I love that. I love that. I hate when people talk about that in games, like if these things just didn't happen. If you're a fan of the team and you're saying like, I get that, but like when the media is saying that, it really upsets me. So I love that Brent Venables went out and did that. I like Oklahoma a lot. I like John Mateer. I picked the Sooners to win, so thank you for winning, Sooners. And it was a great fucking game. Utah somehow let Baylor hang 28 points. They took care of business by scoring 55. Holy. Ohio State, fucking great. You guys won again. I don't know why that team is so boring this year. It's just so boring. It's like, yeah, you keep winning. You keep doing great. Fucking whoop-de-doo. Texas and Georgia. Texas looks awful. Or Georgia looks really good. I honestly couldn't tell. Kirby Smart's play calling was absolutely insane. I felt like he was doing what I see Dan Lanning do all the time, and now I'm like, oh, maybe Dan actually learned that from him and like the meetings and whatever else. But I don't know. I've never really seen Kirby do those things. The onside kick was crazy. The fourth downs were crazy. It was such a fun game to watch for a while, and then it just became very obvious that Georgia was going to win. Honestly, after they did the onside kick, it became pretty obvious that Georgia was going to win. Like if Texas didn't get a 3-and-out right there, it was kind of GG's, and we also ended up happening. It'll be really interesting to see what these SEC teams do in the playoffs. Then we'll all get a better idea of who they are, because there's been a bit of like cannibalization in that conference this year. Then the end of the night we had TCU and BYU. BYU smoked TCU. I don't remember if I picked TCU winning this game, but I saw it happening for sure. And BYU took care of business, so shout out to BYU. I'm gonna end it here. I don't want to waste anyone's time. If you guys like this video, consider liking it. Maybe even hit that subscribe button if you want to keep seeing my stuff. I'm gonna be posting about the playoff rankings this week, and maybe some other videos based on this weekend. If you guys want to see anything else, let me know. And